Hello, my name is Wade Nemur, and this is Rotary Serving Our Community. With us today, we have some of the best club presidents in the district. Each year, we select, the governor and his staff will select the best clubs in each of 3 categories. And we are fortunate to have all 3 of them here today. With me, I have Sherry, Terry, and Doug. So welcome, everybody.
Thank you, Wade.
Thanks, Wade.
I'm going to start with you there, Sherry. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Sherry Sim. I'm the immediate past president from the Rotary Club of Cayucas, and I'm currently serving as Group 11 Assistant Governor for Rotary District 5240. I have been in Cayucas for about 15 years, and I'm a real estate broker.
Real estate broker. Okay. And what got you into Rotary?
Good question. I got dragged into Rotary.
Okay.
However, in 2005, I saw a very compelling video showing Rotarians at the borders of India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Taliban stopped the war to allow Rotarians to go in to deliver polio drops. A light bulb clicked in me, and I said, I'm committed.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay in Rotary.
Good for you. Good for you. And how about you there, Terry?
Terry Morler. I'm from Westlake Village, and our club is Westlake Village Sunrise Rotary Club. And next year, I'm proud to say that I'll be 30 years in Rotary.
Oh my gosh, good for you.
And also, next year, I will be 40 years as a realtor in Westlake Village, Canal Valley. And I got into Rotary because I had a passion for the food bank, for the Manor Food Bank. And so somebody had told me that if I wanted to expand my vision of my passion for Rotary, for the Manor Food Bank, I could bring it to Rotary. So I brought my vision of what I wanted to do with the Manor Food Bank, and so our club has been very involved in the food bank ever since.
Great. Well, thank you. And Doug?
Let's see, I'm from the Rotary Club of Ventura, and I've been a member for about 14 years, and a current past president as of 2 days ago. And let's see, I'm a landscaper, but I'm a chemical engineer by major, a landscaper by passion. And so I've had a landscape company for about 28 years now, been in Ventura for 34 years. And I got involved with Rotary mainly because a lot of my friends were Rotarians, and they got to know me through community activity. And I knew that with a lot of the challenges I've had in my life, I really come to realize what life was all about. And life's all about relationships and making sure that you're giving back to your community. And so I was a Rotarian before I knew I was a Rotarian, is the thing. And my friends knew that about me, and it's probably been the best thing I've ever joined.
Yeah. Very good, thank you.
Thanks.
So I'm going to guess all 3 of you, none of you had any idea you're going to be sitting up here as best club presidents.
No.
Total surprise.
72
Really?
clubs in the district. I mean, you never know. But I want to start with you there, Doug.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what made you become a best club president. What out there was something that drove you to attain this?
That's a good question, Wade. I think for me, I tend to try to stay focused on the goals. And what I see is Rotary is a fantastic vehicle for combining resources and relationships and helping to make what may seemingly be like an unsurmountable problem fixed or a solution created. And so I try to stay focused on that goal, and I believe Rotary will continue to morph to meet today's needs, because I think years ago when we just reached our 100-year goal too, a 100-year anniversary on May 4th, and did a fantastic gala. But I think because we engaged more members, we reversed the trend of losing members and significantly increased our membership during this year. I can honestly say we spent a considerable amount of emphasis on the programs that we have during our lunchtime hour, and making sure that those programs were relevant and that we left more informed about something about our community, the world, or a need that we might be able to help fulfill.
That's great.
So,
very good. How about you, Terry?
Well, very much like Doug, our club, like many clubs, not only Rotary but other service type clubs, are getting older, and members are, dying off, unfortunately, and it's very hard to attract younger people, to come in, and especially in our club because we're a 7 a.m. club, and so it's sometimes more challenging for that. But I took the liberty to go to two Rotary conventions, which really changed my life. And I really centered on membership and how to bring younger people into our club. And I knew that when I became president, I wanted to really change things. And so we started with a retreat, and we had 1 year, 3 year goals, and they were very different than anything we had ever had before, because our two major fundraisers that we had had for many years went by the wayside because two of the people who led those passed away. And so we had to change things. And from going to the convention, what I learned was there was really more about engagement than it was the attendance that we used to have. Right. And so like Doug, we had to really reinvent our meetings. We had to reinvent the speakers that we had. We had to make things a lot more engaging. And we also changed the membership a little bit differently. We have a corporate membership that allowed a president of a company or somebody who led a company, and then to have two of their people maybe come, so that we would have different people, but they could become engaged and they would be more in tuned into wanting to come. Then we started a spousal membership, because most of our spouses are really involved, and so made a spousal membership. And then we made a young professional membership. And so we were able to increase our membership by 15 new members based on that. And then we started another group that's called Friends of Rotary. And those were people who were within our community, that many of our friends that weren't ready yet to step up. And so we had 25 of those people who helped us during the course of the year, which really changed our club quite a bit.
Outstanding.
So.
And you, Sherry, how about you?
Well, I see Rotarians as ambassadors of goodwill. For the little beach town of Cayucas, of about 3,000 people, Cayucas Rotary Club has become the club that the community look forward to. We've become the People of Action Club. So my focus is on our members. We feel that members' participation is so much more important. Especially to engage them and enthuse them and inspire them to do projects that are of interest to them, and yet meet the needs of the community and the towns in Estero Bay. And also we support Rotary International efforts to eradicate polio.
Very good. By the way, we have on the desk here 2 of the 3 bells. This is the best small club that was given to you. It's a perpetual trophy, actually built by let's see, Felix Massey, I believe, from Thousand Oaks did these back in, I think it was 2000. So we have 2 of the 3 here. This is the best small club. This is yours there, Sherry. So it's supposed to start each of the meetings with the bell there. We have the best medium. That's yours there, Terry, right? And Doug, yeah, I heard they don't trust you with the bell. Right. So yeah, we got a little problem there. That's what happens when you're the past president, I guess. We're going to start with you there, Doug. You have some pictures that you brought with us on some of the events that you've had. So go ahead and go over those with us, and we'll show the audience those photos.
Okay, that sounds great. We brought a handful of pictures, and the first one is we do several projects. I think we have about 14 projects that we do annually, and we invent new ones every year. But the first one is what we call the Backpack Project, and it's for Ventura Unified School District. And we end up, for a lot of students can't afford the materials that they need, and the schools just don't provide them. So we raise money and then purchase a lot of the supplies that a student would need. And for those students who can't afford to get their backpack and the materials, then we give them to them. So we do about 3,000 backpacks.
Wow, that's
and then we have, the next slide is, picture is of our career days, where we go and talk to the students about our careers, what we do. And for me, it's very important because we don't teach people to go into the trades. And so the trades are really hurting, and explaining to young people that the trades are not only a very creative place to be, but it really can create a great livelihood as well. And then the third photo is of our holiday shopping spree. And I gotta tell you, that's our Christmas shopping. And the school district chooses 150 students that may not necessarily have a holiday or a Christmas without some help. So we invite them to meet us at Kohl's, and in the morning they close the store for us, and we get to shop, and they give us certain discounts. but we all take 2 or 3 students and help them shop. They come with their list. It's not about toys, it's about things that they need. But it's really, as somebody who doesn't have kids myself, it's probably my favorite part about the holidays. Because it's really nice. I've always thought they should lease kids out for the holidays for those of us that don't have them, you know? So,
There you go.
so that was kind of fun.
So you got your wish.
I did. No, thanks to Rotary. And then Ronald McDonald Walk. Our goal from our county hospital is to have a Ronald McDonald family room. And we'll be the first in Ventura County to do that. We're the first in our area. And so we did a walk, our very first walk, and we did very well. And we had over 900 people attend, and about $100,000 was raised. Then we had a Mexico build, where we go down and build homes for people that need homes down in Mexico. And the next picture is of our eye clinic. We teamed up with Lions Club, actually, to provide eyeglasses and eye exams for people who, we don't even ask income level. It's just that people feel they need it and they can't afford it. They come to us and we're able to do it. I think we gave 300 sets of glasses out last year.
Great.
And then I'm winding down here. The next photo is of Turning Point Workday, where we went and helped clean up one of the sites for Turning Point. Turning Point helps out case management for the mentally ill and people that have some issues like that they may need some services. Then the next photo is not of a project, but it's a new member induction. And that's a horrible picture, so get to the next one. My programs manager sent these to me. Okay. So the fireside chat was the last one. Okay. And what we do with new members is that we invite them to have what we call a fireside chat, and we get to know each other, and you get to have more in-depth conversations than you would have during an hour meeting.
Oh, very nice.
So,
well, thank you. Thanks for
You're
sharing
welcome.
those. Terry, what do you got there?
Okay, so the first photo that I'd like to highlight is a giant Coke bottle.
Okay.
And I think that you saw that, Wade, when you came to our club.
Right.
And so one of our goals this year was to help eradicate polio. And in fact, I have my polio pin on. And when we had guests that came to our meeting, we would give them this pin as a remembrance, and so that they would know about the Rotary bottle when it came around. Mm-hmm. So our goal with this bottle was that we were going to collect 7,000 coins that would hopefully equal to $1,000. Mm-hmm. We were able to raise $2,700 for polio.
Great.
Based on passing this bottle around every single week.
Wow.
And so
that's nice.
That was our big Coke bottle.
That's great.
And so that was a special thing that we did. And it really, we tried to make all of our meetings fun. Right. And that was something like it would be on the side and all of a sudden the big Coke bottle would come up. And the other one that I wanted to talk about was the Operation Footprint. Now, Operation Footprint is one of our signature projects that we do over in Honduras, and it started in 2002. And so this year we were able to get a matching grant to get more equipment. And so Operation Footprint goes to Honduras and helps kids who have had club feet or club foot. And so it helps them to bring the medical supplies, to bring the doctors, to teach the doctors. And so we were excited about being able to have our international group led by Nick Frankel be able to get that matching grant. And so that's something that I wanted to talk about. And then also there's a picture there about the troops. And so what we did during the course of the month of May is that we highlighted the troops. And so every single week we invited different organizations who would have the troops that would come in, some retired, some current. And so we actually went to Rotary International and we got this special pin. This is a special Rotary pin for veterans. And it's nice. So anybody who was a Rotarian, then we were able to give them that. And so we had that pin, so we made that little ceremony for them. We also, at every meeting of that particular month, we collected supplies, and then we had an evening where we all got together and put all the supplies together in the boxes so that we could send them over. So it was pretty impactful. So we really loved that month of May. And then in April, we had two things in April. One was a ladies' night, and so these were, we had 115 ladies who showed up at the new art museum at the Oaks Mall. And what it was about introducing ladies to Rotary. And so I would say that only 20% of the people were in Rotary, and the rest of them learned about Rotary. And so it was a champagne and sweets, and it was all donated. Everything was donated to us, so we were able to make $6,000 from that evening, and then also to make women aware of Rotary. And believe it or not, there were women who didn't know that women were in Rotary. So that was a very educational thing that we did, an awareness. And then at the end of the month, we had a senior prom. So it was called the Spring Fling. And so what that was is that it was a senior, whether you were a senior in high school or whether you were a senior from 1950, you got to wear what you wore at that time. So it was kind of a costume thing. And we engaged the Interact children of Rotary, and they, from Cal Lutheran, and so they were able to make corsages, and so they were able to make $1,000 from that. So again, we had a lot of awareness about Rotary, and had some fun, and made some money.
Great.
So
Those are great ones. Sherry, how about you? What do you got?
Well, last year our little club completed 33 projects, and I have 5 really to share with you. Our biggest project is the Rancho El Chorro Outdoor School. Okay. It is located in San Luis Obispo. Our goal was to build yurts, brand new yurts to replace the pre-war cabins, and the school serves about over 1,000 school-age children each year. They come for 1 3-day to 5-day programs, learning about environmental science. And what's neat is we have been able to work with the San Luis Obispo County Education Office to incorporate Rotary International guiding principle, the 4-way test, and hopefully that they will learn this ethics and be able to apply to their life. And the project also include rebuilding of the amphitheater. This year we're concentrating on building an outdoor school. And it has 14 clubs participating together with us, including one from Canada and another from Mexico. Wow. Yes. The next project that I would like to share with you is our collaboration with the youth with our Cayucas Interact. If I'm not mistaken, Cayucas Rotary is the only club that sponsors an Interact in a middle school. You might correct me, Wade. No, anyhow, we do quarterly beach cleanups and street cleanups that the SLOC, which is the San Luis Obispo County Parks, has rewarded us or recognized us with the plaque at the Cayucas Pier, at the beginning of Cayucas Pier. And for the past 11 years, the club has hosted a Lost at Sea memorial to honor veterans as well as remember civilians on Memorial Day. The event is held in the afternoon at 3 o'clock every Memorial Day, and I understand it is the only one on the West Coast. Very moving, touching ceremony. It's chaired by a retired chaplain. The veterans come all dressed in their full uniform. There's the bagpipes, and there's the towing of the bell, the reading of the missing man formation. There's a gigantic wreath whereby the chaplain will allow us to say a few words of prayer as we march onto the pier, and it's tossed into the ocean. And the ceremony ends with 2 warbirds, airplanes flying over, and they're donated by Paso Estero Warbirds Museum. So I got 2 more events of the 33 to share with you. As you know, we do our 4-way test, and our students, the elementary school students and middle school students, do the 4-way essay contest, and they learn about the 4-way test principles. And it's really, really fun to read how they write and how these 4-way tests would apply to their life. Interestingly, the middle school students from Cayucas School has won some awards at district level. So last but least, because in 2 days, it will be July 4th, and we have our July 4th float that we are building as a team building exercise, and over 50,000 people come to our small town in Cayucas.
Wow.
Great public image and
Yes.
membership drive.
That would be, that is great. Outstanding. Terry, I'm going to come back to you now.
Yeah.
Tell us, if you can, since you had an outstanding year, there's no doubt about it, all of you have best clubs, there's a reason for that one. What stands out in your mind as something that was really special this year as president?
I think what was really special was the participation of the club members. You know, our goal was to have, 80 or 90%. We had 100% participation
Wow.
in something.
Great.
And engagement was number one, and membership and engagement. But we focused on really getting our members engaged and getting more participation, because what had started to happen is, people weren't coming. And so, making sure that the meetings were strong and fun, and making sure that they knew what was happening next week, next month, what was going to be coming up, and making sure that we had a telephone group that called people, we text people, and
nice.
so the communication.
Right.
And
Right.
so, I guess the other thing for me is that we really focused on social media and also on our website. And so we attracted a new member from Pepperdine University that really revamped everything for us. We actually got a new member based on somebody going to our website. And then also we had a person who came forth when we were selling, we sold bands for the borderline victims in that borderline shooting from last November. And he saw that what we were doing, and so he asked for bands, and he sold them in his neighborhood, and he made $1,200. Then he went to his company. Now this man is not a Rotarian. He just saw it on our site. And he went back to his company, and they matched the funds.
Wow.
And so we ended up with $2,500, and it all came through the social media site. And so, that was, again, in our club, we had to have some lessons on how to get into Facebook and how to, use our social media. And so I think all in all, at the end, we had my last meeting, I decided to have a club assembly, because really what I wanted is I wanted the club to see how much we really had gotten done. And I showed, our retreat board and all of the accomplishments that we had made. And then also that we had about 30 guests there, and I wanted them to see what Rotary was about.
Good.
Excellent.
Thank you. How about you?
Well, Terry said it all.
Yes.
No, there's for me, I guess what really stood out for me more than anything is the fact that by making sure our time is well spent, that the programs were relevant, and the fact that we became a peace building club this year, which is very important to me, because that really struck home about Rotary. And I think there was a speaker when we went to Toronto that really rang a chord when he said, more than the four-way test, nowadays we need to ask the question, is it true? And then understand and be willing to understand the truth that other people live under. And once we understand that truth that other people live under, then we might be able to actually have peace. And that's more important today than ever. But that was kind of a side note, because the real thing for me is that by keeping our meetings positive, keeping them relevant, keeping them focused, I was amazed at the number of people who wanted to come to at least hear our programs. We had three dates where I think we had over 40 guests.
Wow, 40 guests.
Which was
That's
unreal.
impressive.
So I know if the rest of the community wants to hear
Yeah.
something at Rotary, it gives us a great opportunity to also share with them what Rotary is, because it really is, as I said earlier, a fantastic vehicle for finding solutions for today's problems.
Yeah.
Very good. And you, Sherry?
Well, Cayucas Rotary experienced some challenges about 3 years ago. So for me, it's really the members. We need to get members' engagement and participation, but our club has really come together and bond better this year. So we are truly like a Rotary family. We take care of each other, we get together outside of Rotary, we have fun doing projects together, and we party well. Yeah.
And by the way, for you, this is your second time as president, right? of the
That's
club?
correct. That's correct. It's more fun this second time
Is it
around.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first time was 11 years ago when Cayucas Rotary was just first
Right,
established.
right. You're the charter president,
Yes, that's correct. We were chartered on March 25th, 2008.
right? Right. Good for you. Well, I'll take your word for it because I'm never doing it again. I'll tell you that. It was a lot of work.
There's a common thread here. Can you see it?
I can definitely see that. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
You know?
I'm going to ask you one last question. We got about a minute or so left. What would be one thing that you would want to do that you didn't get to do this year as president? Because I know we're all high achievers, and there's always one thing, I wish I had time to do that one thing.
Well, there's a few, but the one main thing for me is I spent, or our board spent so much time on the programs that I didn't feel we left enough time to do what we call craft talks, where we learned more about
Got
each member. Because a lot of us, and I speak for myself, I love people and love hearing their life story and who they are and what makes them tick.
Right.
And so I would have done that more often than we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terry.
Yeah, it's so funny because that was the one.
Was it?
There were two things. One was a personal thing, and one was that I really wanted to get to know our members better,
Yeah.
and I really wanted to improve our club runner and get more information in there so that about our members. And the other thing is that I had these goals that we were going to have all of these systems in place so that when I went on to the next year and then somebody else came in, that they would just step right in. And so the systems are not the way I would have liked them to be, but of course, being the past president and being the advisor, I'd like the opportunity to help make that happen.
Great, thank you. And you, Sherry, real quick.
I have a big goal, which it's not possible to be achieved in 1 year, to build the Peace Center on Rancho Charo Outdoor School,
Okay.
and maybe initiate the global grant for that.
You maybe will start that one.
Yes.
With that, we've got a little bit of time left, and one thing Rotary does is give opportunity to everybody. We have with us an exceptional team this time. First time or second time this year. We have Fun in the Sun. So come on out here, jump on stage.
All
We
right.
want to see your team here that's been doing this filming for us.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
you guys
Jump
are
on up here.
great.
Great job. Great
Thank
job,
you, guys.
everybody. Nice.
Great job. Good job.
All right, was that fun? You guys have a good time?
All right.
Anybody fall asleep? You lose anybody? Okay, great. With that, everybody, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Take a look at all of the great clubs around District 5240 and the clubs themselves. Visit them. Thanks. See you later.